my creative and crafty friends, this is Gloria Plunkett with Designs by Gloria, here to share with you this cute little card that I created. It is an easel card, but just a little bit different. You see the side here? I saw this on Sam Calcott's video, only she made hers 5x7, and I wanted one that I could create that fits in a regular old standard envelope, and this one works perfectly. So I worked out the measurements, and I'm here to show you how to create your own. It's pretty simple, and I have a couple other samples to show you at the end of the video, so hang there with me. I have all my pieces cut just so that this video doesn't drag on, but I used the pinned, the hand pinned bundle, which is this and this. Absolutely love this. So easy to color and create. And I used the greeting from the art gallery, this birthday greeting right here, for the card I'm going to make right now, because I'm making this for a friend. Actually, two friends that live on different sides of the coast, so it's going to be okay. So that's what I use for this project. And I'm going to have a free PDF for you that you can download with all the measurements. And it'll be the measurements that if you want to put a layer of cardstock on your card, or just you'll see just the cardstock for the actual card. I mean the designer paper, I'm sorry, for the actual card without adding additional cardstock layer. So we're going to start with the 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of thick basic white cardstock. And I'm going to use my scoring board because it's so much easier to do it this way for me. You can also do it on your paper trimmer, whatever works best for you. So we're going to score at 1 inch, at 2 inch, at 3 inch, at 4 inch, at 6 1/2 inch, and 8 3/4 inches. That's it. We're done. That'll create the whole magical card, which I absolutely love. So now I'm going to burnish all my score lines because it's thicker white cardstock, and I want to make sure that everything lines up beautifully and folds beautifully, especially when I get ready to put it in my envelope. Burnish all those score lines. I know this is the boring part. Bear with me though. Get those all down. Okay. Now we've got all our score lines done. And what we're going to do is, what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and add our panels onto this piece of thick basic white cardstock. So I'm going to glue all my pieces. And like I said, I'm going to have all the measurements available for you. Got a little goober on it. And I'll list them up here on the video so you can see them as I pull this card together. If you don't want to wait to pull down the PDF, you can speed through this, fast forward through this, so you don't have to watch this boring part, because all I'm going to do is adhere my pieces together. Well, that was kind of silly, wasn't it? Put it down on my table. I love using my liquid glue because it gives me time to move my stuff around. I don't have to worry about making sure it's correct the first time I lay it on here. And I apologize for that bark. That's my dog. Knows better. Doesn't it always happen? They wait until you get on a video to make a ruckus. I'm also going to glue these other two pieces that I have, and I'll show you where these go. I should have had most of these already adhered down, but I didn't. So I apologize for that. I did step my greeting and I layered it up. so you wouldn't have to sit there and watch that. Isn't it the way you get on a video and you can't step straight or get it on there without making a mistake? It's easier for me just to do it ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere these panels to my card. And what we need to make sure is that you know which way this is going to lay. So this is the way we're going to fold it when we fold it up. So I'm not going to add anything to this panel because this will be adhered on the bottom. So the only panels I'm going to add this designer series paper is this one, and this one. So let me go ahead and do that. It's easier if you just use a designer paper that it doesn't matter which way you lay the pieces. Oops, I almost did it. I almost did it, you guys. Which way you lay the pieces. But since this is going to be folding up like this, you need to make sure that your designer paper is going in the right direction before you lay down your pieces. I thought this was such a cute and interesting card, just a little bit different than a regular easel card. It doesn't have that little stop piece that you normally need to put down. All right, we got those three laid down. Now we're going to add some adhesive to this panel, which is the very first panel as you're going backwards, okay? We're going to lay it down. We're going to fold this piece in, and we're just going to make sure that's adhered on there. Use your bone folder to give it a time for that adhesive to set up. And now we've got our little rolled piece ready. This piece is going to have a 4 1/4 piece, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock, which is standard standard card size. Then I've got a layer which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then 3 3/4 by 5 for my designer series paper there. So let me put these together, and we'll get going. It's pretty simple. When you see how it comes together, you're absolutely going to love this. It's a little different than, like I said, your other cards, but I think it packs a pretty good punch. I know my friends will love it. I know this designer paper is going away. I hope you'll grab some because I love it, love it, love it. I made sure I ordered quite a few for future cards that I send here this summer. Okay, so now this is going to be adhered, and it fits perfectly right there over the top of this panel piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the adhesive to this, because you only can go so far in here, and instead of measuring how far and such, it's easier for me just to add the glue here. I don't like to go too much far out on the edge, because just fold this down, add this. Like I said, with my glue, I have a little bit of wiggle time there. Make sure you burnish, make sure that adhesive is set up on your card. And this is how it'll sit when you pull it together, and this is how it will mail in a regular envelope. Okay, so now we're going to add the other pieces. We're going to add a piece right here, which is this piece. So when you open the card, you have some pretties right there. Okay, I'm going to add that right here. Centered up and down, side to side as best you can. burnish it so the glue sets up. And then this piece is going to go back here. So we're going to add our adhesive to this panel. I'm going to adhere it right here just to give it a little prettiness in the back. Okay. To make sure it's adhered correctly. My sentiment is going to go right here. I'm going to add that on with some dimensionals. Can you believe I ran out of regular dimensionals? I just placed a big old order last week and they should be coming this week, but I couldn't believe I let myself run out. I have lots of these minis, but not the regular. Don't ask me how that happened. Shouldn't happen, to me at least. Okay. And I'll have the measurements for this as well. So you want to center that as best you can. That's how I did. You can put your sentiment on this other panel. So that's going to be right there where you can see the sentiment. And I'm so sad. These dies are retiring. The hippo dies. This is from the hippo dies. I cut that piece out. Then I stamped this flower from the hand-penned petals stamp set. And I colored it in with the, let's see, light and dark heather and the light and dark mint macaron. And then sometimes our dies leave this little white area around, and I really don't like it to be so stark. So I use my light smoky slate blend and just go around the edges so it kind of blends in and it doesn't look so stark white. That's just me. That might not be something that you like, but that's how I like to do it. So I'm going to add this to my little panel, again with Stampin' Dimensionals. And you're going to think I use a lot, but I don't like my projects to concave. So I don't go sparingly on these projects because a lot of love in them and I want them to stand up to time here. Things sticking to me. Add a couple down here. Maybe one right there. One more, not two, one more right there. All right, well, maybe one more right here. Take these little backings off over here on the side. You can add your sentiment on here if you want to, if you don't want to do it on the front panel like I did. Do what works for you, what you like best, obviously. Then I'm going to add this to my little panel here. Try to center it up and down, side to side as best I can. And I'm going to add some of these, again, retiring the 2021-2023 in colored jewels. I love these. I've gone through so many packs of these. Absolutely adore them. Put one there. Come on. One there and one more. I think these just pack a punch. I love these. I added some Stella, Link of Stella on my flower as well. So that's going to go on here. Like I said, you could stamp a little sentiment instead of putting on the front if that's what you prefer. I also want to add a little bit of ribbon, so I'm going to use this glittered organza ribbon, and I'm going to put it right, add this here. I have my glue dot ready. Where's my take your pick tool? Where are you? Here you are. I have my glue dots ready. And these will serve as my third hand. You'll see why. So we're going to add this here. Isn't that funny? You get on a video and you fumble like crazy trying to tie a silly bow. Normally it's bing bang boom when I'm by myself, but let me get on the video and it gets ugly. Put that there to hold down my ribbon. That serves as another hand so I don't have to try and keep everything together. Okay, pull that through. Just make it nice and pretty. I love these ribbon scissors. I've had them for years and years. When Stampin' Up! First brought them out, I wish they'd bring them back again. Absolutely love them. I don't let anybody but me use them. I know, selfish, but that's okay. All right. Now we're going to add this to the front, and again, I'm going to use dimensionals. I think I'm going to cut some big chunks here. And add these like that. I use every last bit of my dimensionals. I hope you do too, because you want to get the most bang for your buck. At least I do. Waste not, want not, right? All right, let's peel these backings off. And we'll add this to the front, centered as best you can. Top, top, side, side. Okay, now we'll commit. Now you have space here to write a greeting. You also have space back here to write your greeting. So, and then what I found is if I do this and fold it like I'm going to put it in an envelope and squeeze, it sits up way better than if I just tried to do it without, I'll fuss with that later, without trying to fold it. So that's one of my cards. Come on. Then I have another one just like it, only I used a different bow on it, and that's this one. Same happy birthday greeting, but I used the white ribbon there. Come on. You hadn't done this before. Why are you doing it now? See, you get on video and everything turns to poop. They do sit up. It's just right now they're acting up. Then I have this one. Again with paper that's retiring. I love this stuff. So we have that one. And then this one, we're going to dinner tonight with some friends. And this is a masculine birthday card that I made for him. Again, plenty of room to write a message. I didn't put a panel here because I'm going to write my message in here. And I wanted it to be more masculine, so I left that part. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you'll create your own projects and share those with me. And I will be back shortly. I don't know why this one is acting up, but it is. We'll get it right. Come on. And I hope you'll come back and visit me again. Thank y'all. Bye-bye. I'm back for a quick second. I just wanted to show you, as soon as I got off camera, these started to sit up just fine. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. But they all work beautifully. And again, I hope you'll give them a try. Love y'all. Bye-bye.